Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a whole week since I filmed the last video. My dad's been away this whole time. The plan was for him to get back yesterday. Their flight got canceled. He should be getting back here in the next hour or something, so that'll be good. Today's gonna be an interesting day. We have a machine that's gonna be showing up pretty soon. We're gonna be demoing. You'll see soon enough what it is. But right now I'm gonna replace this one coupler on our silage shaver. It broke over the weekend. You can see it's got a crack in it. We hook these up twice a day to the skid loader, and over time they just get harder and harder to hook up. Well, this one ended up cracking, so now it's not even staying on. It pops off when you try and use it, so it needs to be replaced. I don't know if you can see from here, but I wasn't able to shave the bunk the last few times, and it's real rough. I'm gonna take this off so I can take it with me to make sure I get the right end at the store. I grabbed a few wrenches. I have a feeling I got the wrong size. One of them is right, the adjustable. Yeah, I'll be right back. Well, I couldn't find the right open end, but these two will do the job. Just gonna go get a new one of these. They're usually not the cheapest. Truck's warm already. The week went really smooth. It was cold, but not too many issues. Nothing really interesting happening though. I didn't get much filmed. Just trying to keep everything going. Got what I needed. I took the old one in there with the crack in it. The guy's like, what were you doing, hitting on it with a hammer? I was like, yeah, kinda. We oftentimes did tap on it with the other hose to get it to come loose. 48 bucks. Here we go, Casey. Any minute now our new unit's gonna be pulling in the driveway. And my dad just got home, so that's good. So I'm not sure if I need to put any plumber's tape on there. My dad was actually in Northern California. They were working on some houses that had some wildfire damage. It was a good opportunity to go help out, and not really a break from work. He's still working, but something a little different. Mix it up, helps the winter go by a little bit better. I guess I'll use some plumber's tape. That's what was in before. I guess that'll seal it up. So I'll go put these tools away, and we'll just wait for this machine to show up. So we like to have the shaver to keep that face nice and smooth. It makes it easier to feed. But if it's not working for some reason, you don't need to get it fixed right away. You can just scoop it out with the bucket. Just not as nice of a wall. Over the summer, that'd be more of a problem. It's a lot more surface area that's going to be exposed to the air and could start to spoil. It's going to stay fresh in this weather. It hasn't gotten above freezing in a couple days. Something I wanted to do in my office. Been having a little bit of a mouse problem, and I'm pretty sure they're getting in up here. Never had that gap closed in. You can see up to the insulation in the wall. And I see that there's some mouse droppings in the cobwebs down here, so I definitely know they're up there. It's probably how they're getting in. There's not a whole lot of gaps they could be getting through. Maybe a couple here and there that I could fill too, but I do want to get a 2x6 laid in there. Just keep checking out here for a truck. I don't see anything. I don't know, I just always get excited for deliveries. Even if it's just a demo, it's kind of cool. I guess the posts aren't quite as wide as a 2x6. I might have to rip a little piece of this board off. Just gonna run it through our table saw, take a 1/4 inch or a little more off of it. Well, that there's gonna work. I just need to get it pulled down into place. Just gonna put some screws into it so I can grab onto it and pull it down. This end needs to come down even with the ceiling. So I got it pulled down into place nice now. Guess I could put one back there if I really wanted to get fancy with it. That should keep the mice out. I just got a call from the dealer. They're on their way, probably be about half an hour. We are gonna scrape the slats in the freestyle barn this afternoon, just because there's some frozen manure in there, so we're gonna be working at that. That shouldn't be a big job. We need to clean these slatted floors during the milking. The milkers are getting started right now. I'm gonna take this tractor up. We'll get ready to get going then. Had this tractor plugged in for a little while. I think the battery's a little bit weak on this thing. That's why it doesn't start the best. The key is to plug it in. That helps a lot. The milkers are just getting the first group now. It's gonna be a little bit till we can do this. When we get really cold temperatures, when it stays below freezing during the day and gets down to single digits at night, Fahrenheit, the floors start to freeze up and just don't get a chance to thaw and fall down through. So we got the slats with the pit underneath the barn. And it's really not that bad up there. We'll probably scrape it up quick. It's not as bad as it could be. You know, this manure here is solid. We'll come back in a little bit. We'll just take a skid steer the whole way down through the barn, scrape it up, put it in the manure spreader. It's supposed to get warmer this week. It's borderline. We could probably get away with not doing it, but it'd be nice to get it cleaned up. It'll just keep everything cleaner in there as it's thawing out. Guess I'll bring the skid steer up there too, so we're ready to go then. JCB should be here any minute. Also, my dad should be here any minute. So the truck's just pulling in. I was just talking to the salesman, Andy, about the machine a little bit. We're gonna get it unloaded now. But he brought me a little gift. It's kind of cool. I think he might just keep the truck up there where the milk truck turns around and can get it unloaded. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen one like this. Yeah, that's cool. When it just saves time, like it's like a minute and he's already ready to unload it.
Yeah, raise your boom up a little bit, and if you want, this is your extension for the boom. Go ahead and push that out. Go ahead and put the boom all the way up. So this is 5,500 pounds and it goes 20 feet high. Yeah. To me, when you're going up, it's like, man, isn't it done yet?
That's easy. He was showing me the machine a little bit, and we'll get a chance to run it then a little bit more. I need to go help my dad though. We gotta clean these slats up. Well, he's already getting it done. I was too busy talking to the salesman. Well, that didn't take too long. Well, it's good to have my dad back. We'll have to do the other half of the barn then.
So is this?
No, this closes if you want it. You can latch it in there. So this is a JCB 525/60 Agri Plus telehandler. So I've kind of been interested in this style of machine compared to a skid loader. We always run skid steers for feeding and for everything. And we really like skid loaders, but I always just wondered how these would compare, if we would actually like it more. There'd be some jobs that this thing can do a skid loader can't, and some jobs that a skid loader can do that this thing can't. JCB does make a teleskid, so it's kind of a combination of this and a skid loader. You still can skid around, but you have the boom that extends out some. But this machine has quite a bit more extension. Goes up to 20 feet. It has a lot more lift capacity. It's like 5,500 pounds versus our skid loader, which is just over 3,000. My thinking with this machine is we can run a bigger bucket on it. Might speed up the feeding some. It might be nice for loaded manure spreader too. Getting in and out is a whole lot easier than a skid loader. You just have your side door. Just hop in like this. Feeding cows, we're in and out so much. You know, and just being able to sit back in your seat and mix feed, I just thought it'd be cool to run one of these. Our local dealer, Huber's, I talked to the salesman, Andy, at the one farm show recently, and he's like, oh yeah, we could bring one out for a demo. This is Huber's here. They brought it out They're gonna let us run it. I'm not sure how long we're gonna keep it, but get a chance to use it for some different jobs and see what we think. I'd like to know if any of you watching have used this type of machine, what you think of them, if they're nice for mixing feed and stuff. This bucket's bigger than the one we run on our skid loader. This is I'm not sure how many yards. It might be a yard and a half, 96 inches wide. My one thought is, could we leave the mixer sit here and just haul silage straight from the bunk? I mean, if we have a 5,500 pound lift capacity, could we get 2,500 pounds of silage in a scoop? You know, it would just take less than 3 scoops to have all that we need for a batch. That was just an idea I had, less driving around with the mixer tractor and stuff. I don't know if that's an option. That might be too big of a bucket. You would need like a 2.5 yard bucket for that, which is bigger than this bucket is. This machine has the skid steer attachment, which is nice. We can hook up to all of our attachments we have, hook our silage shaver up to here. This is a 74 horsepower engine. It's the same size as our Kubota SSV 75 skid steer, and this thing weighs quite a bit more than a skid loader does. It's got reversing fans on it, so it'll clear the dust off the air intakes on it, which is pretty cool. They actually have a hitch on the back of it, so I guess you could pull something around. I don't know what all you can haul around with it. Not sure what the towing capacity is. It's got 2 gears on it. It goes up to 16 miles an hour, which is pretty quick. Skid loader doesn't do that fast, so if we got to go down the road to the other farm or something, it'd be pretty nice. So I'm just learning how to run this thing. Hooked it up to the shaver to see if these will work. They're not the right size. Gonna have to get different ends for this. So you have your control arm, and this does the booms, tilt side to side, and you have your forward and reverse toggle right back in the back here. So that's pretty easy. Stick it in forward, pedal, flip it back to reverse, and then like the hydraulic functions, this is the boom extension. Yep, figuring it out. Yeah, and the nice thing with the side door is if I have the boom up, I can hop out. I'm not underneath the boom. You can just see that extension. That's crazy. I think the lift capacity is 1,700 pounds at full extension like this. Still pretty much weight for being that far out. We're gonna clean the second side of the barn now. Once we get our robot floor scraper, it's just gonna be scraped all the time. I think if you get weather like this, you might have to shut it off though, because it would have some trouble. So I talked to the salesman. He's gonna drop off some adapters so we can use the JCB for this shaver then. I'll just shave the bunk off right now with the skid loader, see if this new coupler works. So much easier when they're brand new. It looks so much nicer now. We'll do that half tomorrow morning. My Uncle Nelson showed up. He wants to mess around with the JCB a little bit. That'll make loading the spreader easy. I'm working at feeding cows now this afternoon, and using the telehandler, it's going okay. Quite an adjustment. It's a whole lot different than a skid steer. You definitely need a little more space to work with. I mean, not any wider than the skid loader, but it's a whole lot longer. So when you're going around turns, going in and out of these bays, you just gotta give yourself enough space. So let's see if I can make this look semi-smooth. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. I need to get more used to running this thing. It's kind of awkward right now. Cool to get to try it out. We'll see what else I can do as we use it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.